Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. We have a very special Zounds Live edition today. I am joined with Zounds' own Jimmy over here. He's our resident DJ expert and our social media coordinator. So, Jimmy, thanks for tuning in with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, man. We got a special product here that Jimmy's going to run us through, so I'll let him take the floor in a minute. But this is the Denon DJ SC Live 2. So we're going to do a demo, kind of see everything that this thing can do. So, Jimmy, take it away.
Little did you know, Justin, when we started, that wasn't a line out from the unit itself. This thing has got built-in speakers.
Do tell.
Which we were, but before we went live, we were talking about how insane this is. It's 20,000 hertz. Like it's incredible. You can feel the tables shake from the bass as you're using it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you're going shopping for like a desktop speaker or something, you literally will never find a speaker going down to 20 hertz unless you get into, a high price point. But this thing's got that built in from 20 hertz to 20,000. So literally is actually impressive. Yeah. So that's what you heard earlier.
As I was running through it last night and making sure everything was okay, and preparing some songs, it was just incredible. I had it sitting on my kitchen table, and it was just kind of just like vibrating along. I was like, it's incredible. Like this sounds better than my studio monitors.
For sure.
That's what I think is a huge selling point of this product, is just the fact that for any kind of DJ, whether you're a beginner DJ or you're more advanced or you've been DJing for years, or if you're just looking to get away from computer DJing and you want to have like more of an all-in-one system, it's super affordable, and you don't need to buy like any kind of studio monitors, nothing. Sure. It's all there. It's ready to go.
It's truly standalone.
Yeah, truly standalone. Yeah.
Epic.
So, the SC Live 2 is just another iteration in the Denon line here. And I'm wholeheartedly impressed by it. Like it's awesome. Cool. So yeah, let's run through some of the stuff here.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it. Yeah, I'm sure the viewers out there also want to get certain features. Maybe we can answer questions as they arise. We have our chat pulled up for both of us here. So if you guys want to, hear anything, or if you'd like Jimmy to walk through any specific features of this, then drop us a line in the chat, and we'll get right to that.
Cool. So let's start with just the general layout of this. This is a standard club style layout. Having used most of the other Denon products, everything from their media players to, they have a couple other all-in-one controllers as well too. Just like full club setup to the teeny tiniest little Denon Go. All these features are the same. They all run through in the actual software itself. So you can take your flash drive out. You have your music prepared off of the computer, plug it in any one of these units, and you're good to go.
Cool.
So starting on the right side here, we just have our standard vinyl. So that's basically while you're playing, songs playing, vinyl, that's turned off, so you can just slow down, speed up the song. You're not worrying about it. But you turn the vinyl option on, it stops as if it's a record.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And then we have a sync option, and then there's also a key sync as well too. And anything that you see that has a white like a white lettering underneath the actual button itself is a shift option. So in the case of this, for sync, you can turn it off, or you can reset the key and everything anything along those lines.
Cool. Okay.
We obviously have our pitch range here. The pitch range is able to be changed in the settings, which we'll get to in a little bit. You can do a very large, very small. So you can make it as if 5% on either side. Or you can go anywhere higher from there.
Oh, we got a comment here. It's I believe that says, does it have USB to the computer? Actually, yes, it does have a USB input right here. So yeah, you can hook this up. Oh, USB-C to computer. All right. No, I believe that's a USB-B or Type A connection?
It's a Type A connection that goes to the computer. And that allows you to use this with Serato or with Virtual DJ.
Great. So okay, awesome.
We'll keep moving down the line here. Obviously, the jog wheels feel really nice. And then on the bottom, we have a bank of 4 pads. You can set cues, you can set loops on, or you can also do rolls. And it's also bankable, so you can switch between the two. So you can set 8.
Cool.
And then this is the thing that I was most excited about here. Was not a lot of controllers and stuff or standalone units will have an auto loop option. This has an auto loop option, which just makes mixing on the fly that much better. Or if you're running out of time and you're looking for a song and you just need another 16 bars to mix something in. You can let it go. So we'll just jump ahead here in this song a little bit. Just get it started. You can just hit the auto loop, and we're automatically running a 4-bar loop right now.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, I see it there on the screen.
Yeah. So you can manually adjust that in and out, or
Okay. Yeah, cool.
you go all the way up to a 64-bar loop if you want.
Super immediate. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
very, very easy. Okay.
Just makes it super simple. I've definitely been in that position a couple of times where
You're like, oh crap, yeah,
Yeah.
we need to buy more time.
like I can't find, how do you spell that? You know,
Yeah.
and then your standard transport controls. You have your plays and your cues, and then beat jumps and track skip as well too. And then with the shift options here, you can select the size that you want to jump ahead. You want to jump ahead 4 beats, 8 beats. Same thing with just seeking ahead in the track using the search.
Okay. Yeah, it is really immediate. I mean, I don't know a whole hell of a lot about standalone units, but even just seeing you walk through it here for a second already feels like I could probably make something happen on this unit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Feels pretty immediate, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then your metering, everything like that. Metering your volume control going out. Your basic on most mixers set up the same way. You have 3-band EQ and then a gain control here as well too. But the cool thing that they've added on here, a lot of times if you have a smaller controller or something along that line, you have to use the computer for the effects. And this has a built-in filter, a noise, echo, and wash effect, which we'll demonstrate here in a second.
Please do. Please do.
But this also comes with its own set of effects on here. So you can kind of open it up. So you just go through. It's very small on the screen right there. Let's see. Let's change our view. Make it a little easier to see. All right, it's at the bottom there now. So we have reverb, a roll effect, crush effect, phaser, LFO filter, a flanger, auto gate, ping pong, hall reverb, delay, and echo. And each one of those it has a time or a parameter filter in here, which lets you set different beat counts for it.
Cool. Okay.
As well as the total amount. And it's just like a standard club mixer. You have your FX on and off switch, and you can set how much you want of it.
Nice.
And you can apply it to either track 1 or to the master.
Cool. Okay. Yeah,
So-
actually, that's awesome. That's actually a pretty decent amount of effects to work with. So
Absolutely, yeah. And it's something that you don't normally get. Like, even if you're buying, a starter mixer, you're not getting those features where you're getting it with this.
yeah, the internal effects in there. Well, as a guitar player, that makes me kind of want to nerd out on this thing. Then, if I got a bunch of effects to work
Absolutely,
with.
yeah.
So, you got any personal favorites there?
So I mean, obviously, I love a phaser.
Who doesn't?
Let's get a little drum loop going here. All right. Bring it down to 4 bars. Let's go to the phaser, and we'll have it every 8 beats. And as you can bring it, there we go. A half beat, and then
Take it to space. Yeah.
yeah.
And you said it also has that blend control on it as well.
Yeah, so that's basically just with the, after you turn the FX on, you have the your mount knob here, which is, it'll show you a wet dry on there as well as just, so yeah,
Cool.
super,
Cool, man.
super simple, a lot of fun to mess around with.
Very cool.
Same thing, like nothing is super different than most effects that you'll get across a lot of the different DJ brands will be similar, just because you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Like, those are the ones that work. They
Yeah.
sound great. We'll run through the sweep effects here as well too. And these have a dedicated knob. So we'll just get another loop going again here.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
So we'll start with the filter. This is everyone's favorite. And I've gone through and I changed one of the settings on here as well too. We'll jump into the menus in a second. Each one of these sweep parameters have their own ability, so you can set your frequency curve for each one. You want it to be more drastic, you want it to be less drastic, you can change all of that stuff.
Okay.
So bring it back up. We're back at neutral, and then pretty good sounding filter.
Cool. Actually,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually is.
And then the same thing I did for the EQ. I set it to full kill, so it isolates. So instead of just kind of like removing some of the low end, this will just isolate all the low end out. So
Okay.
when there's no track, it's a full.
Okay, gotcha.
Which is super helpful when trying to mix it. Like mixing older tunes and stuff like that, it's nice to have that kind of option to make some room so you don't have a lot of harsh noise competing with each other, especially if it's
Okay.
like, old disco track or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
So we'll go to the noise option here. Just a little noise generator, You want to build up for that festival drop,
Yeah.
Go to the wash, which is super cool. It's fun. It's a fun thing. Like if you have you're playing and you're gonna echo or exit out of a track, and you want to echo out, just
Cool.
And
Okay,
you can-
yeah.
And then the last one is
Nice.
our echo effect here, which just as you turn, it just subdivides more and more.
Okay. That's actually pretty cool too.
Yeah.
I like that.
And it's
Love
cool
it.
because as you go to the right, it adds like the echo. It just changes the way that the echo falls. It almost sounds like it's ahead of the beat now. Whereas you go all the way back and it's got that doubling effect to it.
Yeah. Like it. I like that. Okay, so yeah, it looks like everything's like just kind of right there. I really like it. And this is a club style layout, you said, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, so I was hearing that with this unit that if you were familiar with any other club style kind of unit, that you would probably be able to just jump right into this one, right?
Yeah, and the best part about this is, like we'd mentioned when we started the stream, whether you're a beginner DJ or accomplished, or you've been DJing for years,
Or you're me with no experience.
Yeah, if you want to start off with it, like this is the perfect entry in.
Okay.
This is the perfect tool to have. If you want to work on some songs for a set, or if you're going somewhere and they have a Denon setup, or I have two different sources that I've added in here. I have one that I used the Denon OS to output songs to. So I had to analyze everything. So I got like my beat grids. It has the key of the song, the BPM, but I also put in, because some of the other gigs I've done, I have to use Pioneer. So I've exported stuff in Rekordbox. And the cool thing about it is you can't go with anything into Rekordbox. Denon took that Rekordbox flash drive I had, pulled it in perfectly, and it took all my cues, everything like that, and just it's there.
Okay,
So
so
it's
nice.
it's nice to have like a dual action flash drive then, so I can like prepare my music one way and then just know that it's going to work when I get home and I want to mess around with anything from the Denon ecosystem.
Cool. That's super helpful then. Yeah, just like a immediate just drag and drop all the cues and stuff you said too.
100%,
Very cool,
yeah.
Very cool. I feel like that's a huge selling point for this then.
So let's jump into the menus here. So the first thing is just a couple minutes ago, I changed the way that the layout is. So there's two different layouts you can do on this. This is a multi-gesture touchscreen as well too. So you have the ability to pull a track over to one side. It's fully functional.
Okay.
I personally like it on this view, but if you're doing something where you're maybe like a mobile DJ or a wedding DJ or something like that, and you need to have your tracks available as you're going, or you're just mixing really quickly, if you just hold down the shift button and then hit the view button, changes the layout. So
Cool.
then you have your waveforms across the top,
Your track list.
and then your track list that you can easily go through or
Sweet.
scroll through with your finger,
Nice.
and then click. You can just load it right on there and it's loaded on.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, I wish you could see this in person. I don't know if it'll fully translate, but it's an incredibly crisp screen right there. I think it's a 7-inch display too, but
Yeah.
it looks absolutely gorgeous right now. So, and feels good too. So
Yeah. So we'll dive in. And one of the other huge things about this that blew my mind. There's two things, and they had done this before on the Newmark unit. It had the ability to control lights via DMX if you're using the sound switch. This unit does that and then takes it another step. You can use 2 bits of hardware with the SC Live 2 and the SC Live 4, and that is the sound switch 1 control. So
Okay.
this is perfect for a mobile DJ. You can set it up, set up everything on the sound switch 1, and you have control, and then all of your songs, everything like that you have your beat grid set up for lighting will transfer over. So when it plays off of here, plugged into the back with the sound switch to your DMX world, you're good to go. Everything's 100% ready.
How much control over lighting do you have with this? Do you know?
It's a full lighting
Sweet.
So basically with the sound switch program, it's way too much fun to mess around with.
I do not doubt that.
I set up a couple of power cans, and then you plug it in, and then you you basically set a beat grid for the songs. And I have my computer hooked into this as well too, and it output out, and I obviously set everything to just strobe, but like it works. Like
Cool.
So.
Cool.
Good option for mobile DJs. So
Awesome. I like that. I like that you have full control. And I'm sure you can just use the program to do like super deep tweaking of that as well.
yeah,
Really cool.
Yeah, you can do an auto analyze or like dive in on that.
Nice.
So you have the option across the bottom here. You can record your sets live from the unit itself. It has the ability to hook up to Wi-Fi for updates, as well as the other major selling point of this is the ability to stream music to it.
Sweet.
So you can use both a hard source, like off of your USB, so you have like your MP3s that you want to play, but you get that request. Someone wants to hear whatever. They're like, play Holiday. I was like, oh, I don't have Holiday. So you can go into, we'll pull up the services here. You have Amazon Music, BeatSource Link, Beatport Link, SoundCloud, and Tidal. And you can pull it up. And the cool thing is it doesn't stream. It'll actually pull a copy down onto the unit so that you don't have to worry about, like, maybe the internet connection's not as great as you want it to be. You don't have to worry about it, like your music ever stopping or dropping out.
Yeah. Because as we know, that's sacrilege in a DJ set. It's just a Wi-Fi cut on a song. So
just because you have the auto loop doesn't mean that you want to use the auto loop to save yourself. And then, we'll just jump through the user profile here. I purposely did not load in any of my user profile settings, just so we can start from scratch. I just changed a couple things right before we started streaming. But you have every different option here. Some of it's not super fun to go through, but you have your sync modes, your nudge sensitivity. This is your default speed range that I was talking about, where you can go, your pitch slider could be anywhere from plus or minus 4%.
Okay.
To plus or minus 50%.
Nice.
Like,
okay. So huge difference.
Yeah.
Actually, how about this? You want to give us a sound demo or something?
Yeah. Let's do. All right, so it's set at plus minus 8. Let's just do plus minus 50 because it does track pretty well.
Does it?
Yeah. We'll set a loop.
Nice. Yeah, nice throw on the fader there. Yeah, that actually was really smooth.
So we brought it down to 60 BPM. And the track is originally 119. So we'll bring it back up. We're back at the original, and we'll go.
And as you saw the LED light up when you're back at the center, that's super handy as well. Yeah.
We'll bring it back up here. We're in drum and bass territory now.
Yeah.
176 BPM. Yeah, so maxed out at 178, but it still tracks really well. You know?
So I was gonna say it's super smooth, and for something that's like a slider like that, like I was watching and it looked smooth. So, yeah.
Now let's jump back in here. Okay.
It's like when you're twisting a knob and you're like about to get somewhere and all of a sudden it just jumps like 20, 30 BPM. Yeah.
A good pitch slider, a good jog wheel, that makes an entire DJ unit, you know?
Huge. You
have the ability to set your loop quantization. If you have like the sync options on, you can set your default loop size and your default beat jump size. So if we hit that button here, it's automatically going to go 4. But maybe I want it to be 8. So you just set that. And the nice thing about it is all of these settings that you set will then save and move on to another unit.
Oh, okay.
So even if the unit doesn't have like all of the options as this, it still saves in your profile. So if you were to jump onto another SC Live 2 or move on to an SC Live 4, that information's there and it'll pull it up in your Denon profile when you plug in your flash drive.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. So there's just different things in here. There's some smart loop stuff. And then we'll go to the display as well too here. You can set metadata or file name. So if you have things you want to pull the metadata from your MP3, it'll pull it up. There's the safety option here. There's a padlock, a needle lock, and a lock playing deck. I always leave the lock playing deck on,
Okay.
so you can't accidentally load a song onto a song that's playing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that would be, once again, you don't want to stop the music.
I thought this was just a lock for, drunk people trying to mess with your unit.
That also helps too. Yeah. And then in the library here, you can set up if you wanted to have the key notation, because it will go through and figure out the key of each song.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, it's default to Camelot. You have open key, flats, or sharps. There's different key filters as well too, because you can actually, when you have a list of everything pulled up, you can go through and select. Basically, if you want to go by BPM or by the order that they were, by key, or by the order that they were loaded into a list, you can do all of that.
Nice.
And then also BPM filter tolerance. Like if you want it to, you're trying to find a compatible track that's like, you're playing at 128, like I need anything between 131 and 127, you can
Filter it out that way.
filter it
Cool.
out that way.
Okay, that is really nice, Kenny.
And the last thing is just changing your deck colors. And that's just on the physical screen itself when it's playing. So, these are both set to blue, but we could let's do green.
Okay.
Let's do green and red.
Make it Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas theme.
We're not done with Christmas yet here at Sounds Live, so.
And now you have it on either side there.
Cool.
Nice little differentiation between the two.
Cool, yeah.
And then when you switch it back, then you have your one and your two.
Okay, nice. Okay, I see it. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, you want to play something?
Yeah, let's put together a little mix here. And then, if there's any questions anybody want to drop in the chat, absolutely can do so.
Yeah. We got a lot of emoji love over here, so thank you for tuning in there. And Apache 4141, thank you. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, let me pull up a song here real quick, and we'll do a quick little mix together. Oop. I'll do the touch gesture.
Honestly, man, this is great to watch you do this. It's like, what, 15 seconds or something, and you're already ready to go. I like it.
All right.
How did you know I love Steely Dan, man?
Everyone loves the Dan. Everyone loves the Dan. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just leave both of these up here so you can kind of hear what I'm doing here. So as you can see here, like we have a little bit of clashing of the keys, but it'll work. I've done this mix before live. It's fine. And then we're at 123 and then 122 there. And like with each one of these things, you can click on there. So it's like you can have remaining or time elapsed. There we go. So we're like,
I'm a time elapsed man myself. So.
See, I'm a time remaining. I like to know what I have left,
Okay.
All right, we'll match it here. Actually, you know what we'll do? Let's just sync it up. So I beat matched to 122, but I'll show you here. Let's just make it faster. So hitting the sync button, it locked it in, and we're good to go. So we should be able to.
Cool.
And it's sunk right up. And then you can turn it off. So like, obviously it's out of beat now, but sync helps kind of like lock it into place.
Yeah.
But we'll turn that off. Get those kick drums lined up. Throw a little filter on here. We'll hit the auto loop here and let's mess around with some effects. Let's do a nice crush effect.
Ooh, love it.
Super simple.
Yeah.
So that's it. Yeah, that's the Denon DJ SE Live 2. Did you have any other questions about it?
No, I've loved this. It's really fun to watch you mess around with this thing, man. And now I'm going to have Peg by Steely Dan stuck in my head all day. So thank you for that. Yeah. No, this is absolutely great, man. Do we have any other questions? Pop them in the chat. Oh, actually, we got one coming in right now. Okay, can you demonstrate the switch between USB and Amazon Music while playing music, please?
Yeah, 100%. So I don't have an Amazon Music account logged in right now, but I can show you how easy it is to switch between sources. So we'll just leave this track playing on the left here, and we want to add a new track to the right. So what I'll show you is when you're going back, you can jump in, hit the view button. You're back in where you have your all of your sources at. So right now we're actually playing off of the record box source. So I'll show you. Basically go back, hit the source option, and you'll be able to click through here. So then after hitting just on the corner there where it says source, you just hit Amazon Music and it say connecting to Amazon Music. If the network and everything was all set up for it.
Okay, cool.
From there, you'd be able to, it's all type, there's a pull QWERTY keyboard. You can search, pull up all the information, any song that you wanted that's on there on the streaming service, and then you just add it, and then you load it in, and it will do a downloaded copy to the player, and you're good to go.
Cool, like we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what I will show, just so you can see that you can play off of two different sources at once, because it does have an SD card slot on the back and two USB slots on the back. So you can have multiple things going on with this as well too. So we'll jump out of there. Let's go back to source, and we'll scroll. We'll go to my Denon USB.
Oh, we got another thing in the comment here. So if you just don't have one song that has been requested, you can mix that in, then back out to the USB.
100%, yeah. So, if you have that one song that somebody wants to hear, throw it on, and then you're back on your USB or your hard drive or whatever you wanted to plug into this that has your audio on it.
Cool.
So I'm on my Denon USB now. So we have a track that's playing on the left-hand side of the deck that is on my CDJ that's on the record box one. We'll just find something comparable here. Let's just do. All right, and we have the sync on still, so it's automatically brought it in to 122 beats per minute. So and just so we can hear what's going on here. Oh, and I left the effect on there. That's why I was. Okay. All right. And we'll mix it over. And there you go.
Cool.
And that's playing off of two separate sources there.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
So it'd be a similar situation if you had Amazon or Tidal or anything along those lines. You're good to go then.
Yeah. Cool.
So.
Awesome. All right. Well, great. Guys, thanks for those good questions there. I'm sure that's probably pretty helpful for technical aspects there. If you guys have any other questions, drop them in now. Otherwise, Jimmy, do you have anything that you'd like to show for this bad boy here before we go?
When are you going to start DJing?
Oh man, I don't know, man. I've got so many hobbies. This is the closest thing that I've got right now to a enticing new thing to do, but I can't say for certain.
There is one other thing I will show here real quick.
Is this what's gonna pull me into the DJ world?
We got to get you scratching. So, as far as turntablism goes, I'm not going to demonstrate any kind of scratching. I'm absolutely awful at it. But it's something.
Oh, my over here, let Justin DJ. No, because then nobody would buy this unit then. So.
So the where you have your load option here, if you wanted to use like manual transport controls for it, like to put one onto deck A 1 or 2. So we'll get this going here. Bring the filter back down, and we'll bring this back up. What's cool is you have an instant doubles option. So let's say you're a turntablist, you're only good to scratch with your right hand, but you're mixing tracks from like left to right. You got to have an easy way to move that to another deck. Just double tap it, loads it over.
Okay, yeah.
And they're playing in time with each other.
Okay.
So we'll leave the deck on the right playing here. Let's just load anything in on the left. So bring it up. Yeah, okay. So you can switch it over real quickly so you can do a Anything along those lines. So
No, here, hold on. Let me take over.
yeah, good. Throw a scratch on there.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
no,
Yeah,
absolutely
go.
not.
100%. Yeah, scratch it up.
I've actually never done this before. Oh yeah, I could see why expertise is needed in this regard. You saw it here first, everybody. Yeah, okay, okay. And I know you're supposed to mess around with this as well too for that as well.
Yeah, yeah. You can set your crossfader curve and everything in the settings. Yeah, so you can get a little. So.
Juicy. Cool, man. Yeah, this thing's great. Like I was saying before, you got anything else you want to show off on this, or?
That's it. Yeah.
Cool, man.
This thing is an awesome addition to any kind of DJ. You can use it with a computer. You can use it standalone. It's got the club style setup. Speakers on this thing sound awesome.
They're great.
Yeah.
They're great. Great for monitoring.
Yeah.
Anything. Yeah. And we opened the stream earlier with that. So if you guys are curious, that was what the opening audio was, just from the internal speaker, no line out or anything. So
Yeah.
awesome, dude. Well, yeah, thanks so much for giving us the rundown of this, man. Appreciate it as always. I'm sure you guys will see Jimmy in the future for more DJ stuff as always. But guys, if you have any other questions, drop them in the chat now. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in to check out the SC Live 2 and check out Zounds here. There is the link that we just dropped in the chat. Check out that to go to Zounds and see this thing for yourself there. Guys, thanks again. And thanks so much again, Jimmy, for being here.
Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. All right, guys, tune in next time for Zounds Live. See you later.